33% off is pretty nice. We have had 2 GameStop Buy2Get1 free sales recently. One at the end of November, and another at the end of December. I made it to one store each, and I found 3 titles. The first set around $20, and the second set around $35 to $40. In the time since I went to one of those stores around Christmas, it has closed. And that upsets me because the employees there were really nice guys and easy to talk to. They actually engage with customers, unlike some other stores where they act like they hate their lives or they're too afraid and awkward to engage with anyone. If you're going to work in retail, you really need to develop a personality for it. But with less stores to choose from, will we see better inventory in the stores that remain? Or will we be forced to play the GameStop roulette online and buy 2, get 1 in a generic box sale? I refuse to buy online from them anymore because they refuse to list the condition of requirements. So who knows, our buy 2 get 1 sale days may be numbered. And honestly, it's the only time that I shop at GameStop. It's during these sales. I'd rather give my money to my local video game store if I'm going to spend anywhere closer to regular market price for something anyways. But here, on with the buy 2 get 1 free, and I'll start with the $35 to $40 options that I picked up around Thanksgiving. The first game is Miasma. It's a tactical RPG set in the post-apocalyptic United States. I was in the mood to play something like XCOM Enemy Unknown, which is one of the only tactical RPGs that I've ever really played and enjoyed it. Which, by the way, if you can recommend some other tactical RPGs like XCOM, please let me know. I'd like to give 1 or 2 a shot this year. But anyways, I saw this had pretty good reviews and the price was right with the sale. My used game store doesn't carry many PS5 options, and I'd never seen this one before, so yeah, $35 is way too much from GameStop, but $23 on sale isn't too bad. I'll probably group this in with other tactical RPGs and then let my randomizer pick one for me. That seems to be my style this year. I think I know the genre that I typically want to play, but I'm not so picky about which game to play in that genre. The next title is Witchspring R. Again, another game that's way too much at $35, but a solid deal at $23. Witchspring R is apparently a full remake of the original Witchspring that I've never heard of before, and turns out it was a mobile game. I think it's the 3rd mobile game I've picked up lately. Some of them aren't too bad. I just recently beat Cat Quest 1 and 2, and they're amazing. Is Witchspring R a good title though? It looks good, and honestly, I overlook mobile games a lot just because of the controls and really nothing else. Let me know if you've given this one a go, or maybe you've tried the mobile version and it was fun. I've heard this has surprisingly a good story and, better than run-of-the-mill turn-based JRPG combat, so looking forward to giving it a try. Scarlet Salvation is the final pickup, and this was the $40 option. I'm not sure about this one. I'll start by saying I had never seen this before, but then after I saw 3 copies in the following month, it's like, does GameStop hold back certain titles and then flood the market with them? Has anyone else ever seen this kind of thing before? Scarlet Salvation is a roguelike shooter, which is already a genre I'm not a big supporter of, and the reviews are lower than I'd like for something that I already am not a huge fan of. So combine these and it feels like a dud before I even begin. So why did I even pick it up? I didn't know that it was a roguelike at the time. The art looks really good, and I needed to move quickly as we were heading to my parents for Thanksgiving, and the snow was starting to fall pretty hard. I just made more of an impulse decision. I'll definitely try it out one of these days, maybe sooner than later, to see if I enjoy it or not. And I'm not ashamed to share and talk about the games that I quit each year. I have a recent video for those, and I just don't like to waste my time. I'll sell it and I'll try again. Let me know your thoughts on this one. And now for the $20 options that I picked up around Christmas from the store that is now closed. The first is Pocky and Rocky Reshrined, and I have no real experience with Pocky and Rocky other than I remember watching a video last year where one of the creators said it was one of their favorite games that they had played that year. The name stuck in my head, and so when I saw this game after having never seen it before, I thought, why not pick that one up? It's a revival from the SNES run of the game Pocky and Rocky. I've heard it can be quite brutal, but Something about this kind of game is a challenge that I like to take on. I have no clue if I'll beat this or how far I'll get or anything, but it just looked like a good time, so I thought I'd pick it up for the $13 discounted. Next is DMC, Devil May Cry, and now having this in the collection, the only Devil May Cry game that I'm missing is 4 on the PS3. I played the first 2 on the PS2 and I loved those games. I somehow missed out on 3 and 4. I did play this one, DMC, though, on PS Plus, and I really enjoyed it for what it's worth. For $13, I figure can't really go wrong with this. I know it's typically the black sheep of the series, but I'm definitely going to be giving this another playthrough. When I originally played it, I don't think I paid much attention to the story the way that I do now, when I could probably take a fresh take on the game. What's your favorite Devil May Cry game? The final pickup is Deathmark. Again, I've never heard of this game before, other than in GameEye, where I did some quick research ahead of time and I added it to a wish list. It's a Japanese horror visual game where you investigate cases related to a curse known as the Mark. It's more of a psychological game than an actual action game, and sometimes I really get into those. I've said before how much I loved Doki Doki Literature Club. That game threw me for an absolute loop last year, and I'm hoping to get similar vibes from Deathmark, though my expectations aren't quite as high. Pretty cool find for something that I've never really heard of before, though. And with those pickups, I ended the buy two, get one sale for 2025. A lot of great finds over the year, a few duds too, probably, but I wonder how many more of those we'll get in 2026, with store closures running rampant now. Again, I won't take part in the sale online, it's just way too risky. And I've heard GameStop banning people from returns if they made purchases like this and didn't end up keeping them over time and traded them in and traded in one too many and they were banned from a store. It's just becoming more of a scummy store than it already was. Maybe 2026 is the last year that I'm going to keep my pro membership. But hey, time will tell. Thanks for checking in with Let's Build a Collection.